it's your boy.
Yo, come
What?
on, man. Why you gonna do that? Al's not here. Stop that.
Yeah, you're right. That's not my thing. You know what? Better yet, in a world where bananas are. Nah, that ain't gonna work either. Okay.
We miss our CU brother, but Dean, why are we here?
Oh man. Well, first of all, we want to give a big, huge apology to all of our fans out there. You know, the 3-week hiatus, holidays, sickness, travel, you name it. It's been, all over us.
Yeah, it was a series of unfortunate events. At first, we took that first week off for the holidays. Then Dean went to Florida. When Dean came back, I had bronchitis for a week and a half. So it was like a whole bunch of, bad events happening back to back to back.
I got sick right after we got back too. I was sick for Christmas.
Yeah, that stinks.
So but, everybody, we do apologize.
Yeah, and we have a lot planned. Like, this is just going to be a short little video. I'll let Dean intro to this, but for the rest of the month, we have a ton of great things planned, and the CU is going to be back in full effect and full force in no time. So you should be expecting a lot of videos from us. But Dean, why are we here?
New GM month, and you might ask what that's all about. New GM month is a month that Monty Cook Games and Chaosium and Atlas Games all get together and promote new GMs. People who've never done it before. They walk you through a month long of articles and seminars. Well, not necessarily seminars, but articles. And the CU, of course, is going to be back in it, big time this year. We're actually going to do a follow-up video every week on the stuff that they put out, and they're going to put stuff out on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week for the entire month of January. So that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna post a link to the website. You could go. Not only is it beneficial for someone that never tried the GM before and wants to take that plunge, and trust me, as someone who's been gaming for 20 years, we need as many GMs as we can. We want to actually, keep the hobby moving forward. And so the more GMs we have, the better chance the hobby will live forever. So it's always a good thing. So we more than happy to encourage as many GMs to, take that plunge. Trust me, it's worth it. You're going to have a great time.
And honestly, I have to say too, even if you are a new GM, not a new GM, you've been around doing this for, long times like we have, this is beneficial for you too, because there's always little insights, things that you may never think about. But it also helps you hone your skills in bringing other people in and perhaps helping them, take that plunge too. So this is a great time.
Just to touch on a little bit on the newgmmonth.com, which once again we'll provide the link about. They're gonna have twice a week. They're gonna post like a month-long worth of seminars, and each session is gonna take you through a step-by-step process of, getting an adventure, reading the adventure, prepping, having your notes ready, how to run, how to make your first game as most successful as you could possibly make it. And it's not rocket science, but I know it could be daunting for first time GM in any system, to not worry about doing anything wrong. And this website, not only is it going to ease your tension, it's going to guide you step by step to make it so easy to run your first game. It's a beautiful thing.
And just so you know, like I said before, Cypher Unlimited Discord, Cypher Unlimited Facebook, check us out. We're going to be promoting and hosting the whole month long as well. Especially for you guys who are, taking the plunge with Numenera and stuff like that. We've got a whole system set up of support on Cypher Unlimited Discord, and we'll be posting information on Cypher Unlimited Facebook as well. But don't, feel, as if we're only going to focus on Cypher, because we're not. We're going to talk about the other companies as well. Chaosium is actually have two games. They have Unknown Armies and Trail of Cthulhu, I believe. Wait a minute, is that right?
Yep. And like Dean said, if Numenera is not your thing, if Monica Games is not your thing, that's okay. You got Trail of Cthulhu, you have Unknown Armies, you have 7C. Not only are they going to provide you in this website with a starter adventure, you're gonna have a full synopsis of what all the settings entail. So you could just go to this website, find the setting that interests you, and after this month, you'll be ready to go to run your own full adventure.
And the other thing too, there are discounts from all the companies for PDFs and things like that, and there's even going to be a giveaway at the end. So that's another huge takeaway there. So let's just jump right in, Anthony. The first article was put up, is from Charles Ryan, and basically, he talks about what are you getting into. It's a welcome and let's get started. And he asked three major questions, or three or four major questions.
All right, so let's answer these major questions.
Why run a game? And that's a question that I think a lot of people ask themselves. Why would I run a game? Why do I want to take this plunge? Well, first of all, tabletop RPGs are a bit different than your traditional board game or anything else, where board games has just a list of rules and you're set within certain parameters. Being a game master with a tabletop RPG, you get to basically tell a story. You get to interact with the people around you. I love to call it interactive storytelling. That's how I describe RPGs. And it's a social convention. It's pretty damn awesome to sit at a table with some friends, and sometimes it becomes complete hilarity. Other times it's like epic awesomeness that just makes your imagination explode. So that's why I say run a game. What about you, Anthony?
I'm a extrovert by nature, and I'm a social butterfly, and maybe I like the attention, but there's something about having 5 or 6 people listening to your every word, and you controlling this imaginary universe or this imaginary setting you guys are building together. At the end of the day, you giving fun and enjoyment to others. And there's nothing. I love being a player, but there's nothing like the feeling of having a player have that spark in their eye when you come up with something creative that they never thought of. It's almost like a drug, really. That aha moment, and you kind of live for those moments, for those scenes, and it pumps my adrenaline. I don't know how to describe it, but just being a GM, you get to control somewhat of the narrative, and you get to surprise others. And I think that's what I enjoy the most. But as a new player, a reason for you to be a GM is are you a creative person? Do you like to think on your feet? Do you like to make people laugh? Do you like to make people sad? Do you like to, what you call it? Do you like to have people's adrenaline pumping? You could do all those things as a GM.
And I just want to add to that, one of the other things, you said the mouthful. You said, are you a creative person? I know, being a creative myself, loving to indulge in the written word, loving prose, and being visual as well. I watch movies sometimes and it's like, why did they do that? Or what was that for? And certain things don't resonate, or then I watch another movie and it's like balls to the wall, adrenaline rush, and it gets my juices flowing, and then I want to create something. I want to do my own thing. So all of those aspects come into play, people.
I mean, I also think that there's something to be said for it helps build qualities in you that not many other games can. It helps build critical thinking. It helps build a ton of social skills. So there's a lot of advantages to being a GM, not only, personal enjoyment and the enjoyment of others, but you make yourself a better person by GMing.
And also, we have to talk about the other side of the coin too. It does make you a better person, organizational skills, some games have, mechanical requirements. You might have to learn some math. You might have to do some math. Other games are narrative in nature, where they help you build your improvisational skills, thinking on your feet. So many aspects come to mind when I think about why do I GM, or why role playing games in general. So, anything else to add on that topic, Anthony?
Just that if there's a new group, and because it's hard for us to comprehend this because we've been playing so long. But I know a lot of, like, I see my daughter getting into the hobby. So, and you have a lot of younger kids, or not kids, but a lot of younger people trying to get into the hobby, and they don't necessarily have an experienced player. So, if you have a group of 5 and they all want to learn how to play Numenera, but no one's played before, one person has to be that brave soul to step up and become the GM. And from the outside looking in, I know for a fact that it could seem like a daunting task because you have control over everyone else's enjoyment. But trust me when I tell you, it's never as hard as it seems.
And
And
here's
throughout this month, we're going to show you a ton of tips and tricks that make it a lot easier for you.
and there's just one thing I'm going to say too, and then I think we move on to the next topic. Um, don't get intimidated by the book. A lot of people see a book and they're like, "How do you know a game? Oh my God, no! I gotta trust me." There are some games that the rules section in the book is very, very minimal. Uh, Numenera, we're Cypher people, and we can tell you, Numenera, the rules section is what, 30 pages or more or so. That's literally all the rules, and even all of those you don't use or have to use. The rest of the book is all flavor, it's all setting, it's all fluff to help you do this thing. So don't be overwhelmed by that thought process either, because like Anthony said, we're going to take you through it step by step. And the great people over at New Game Master Month, from the different companies are going to be there too. And mind you, once again, that's Atlas Games, Chaosium, and Monty Cook Games are bringing this to you with 4 great games: Trail of Cthulhu, 7C, Numenera, and oh my God, Unknown Armies.
No, they're not only going to be there too. I would encourage you to go to them first because they're going to give you a ton of articles. And like I said, it's every Tuesday and Thursday. You're going to have a brand new article written by someone in the gaming industry from these 4 marvelous, companies. So it's going to be chock full of knowledge, and they're going to give you a step-by-step direction on how to run your first game. And I did it last year. I read all the articles, and trust me, just following their steps is going to have you running your first successful game in no time.
And we've kind of touched on this. We talked about why do it. So what are you getting into? That's the next section that, or the next portion of the intro. And honestly, we've said it, Anthony said that it could feel daunting or overwhelming. And trust me, it's not like it's, some hidden magical thing that you do. I started doing this so long ago, and if I could, if we had YouTube back then and somebody took a video of the bumbling, massive goofball that I was back then, you would see that, what, it is the same thing, but the difference is back then there was no one to turn to. There wasn't the plethora of information out there. There weren't the people willing to hold my hand and help me. The secret to GMing is that it's easy. I mean, it's real easy because guess what? You're basically playing make believe.
Yeah, it's playing pretend with some rules and some dice rolling for randomization, but essentially you playing pretend with your friends and you're the director.
Yeah. Just think of it as you're in your favorite TV show or your favorite movie, You know, I mean, how many people out there, you know, remember the days when, you know, you got a broom handle and you were outside pretending you were Luke Skywalker or you were wielding Excalibur. You know, how many of you remember getting a box, just a old cardboard box, and drawing on the outside of it and setting your army men up all over the top of it, or your action figures? It's no different than that, with a few extra added things to kind of put it all in perspective and put it all into a workable, you know, thing. This way you don't have that, no, no, I didn't get hit, no, no, I didn't die. You don't have to do that because the rules kind of help you through those things.
I guess what he getting into could be viewed both two different ways. One is we'll do this because a lot of people that watch our videos may have never been a GM before, but have played a role playing game before. So and if that relates to you, that you're basically just switching over to the other side of the screen, and you just get to see what the GM does. And it's not much different as a player. You just might have a few more responsibilities, but other than that, it's not. It really isn't as much difference from a player to a GM as GMs would like you to believe. But yeah, so if that's the case, we'll help you step by step on remembering the slight rules and maybe give you a couple of tips on keeping the narrative flowing. But if you're coming from never playing a game before and you're playing with friends that haven't played a role-playing game as well, then it's a little different. It's, like Dean always says, it's like having a mindset of, we're going to play a narrative game and we're going to build a story together as a group, and you're just the director. You're just the guy that's keeping everybody slightly in line, so there isn't a semblance of a story. And there's certain rules, no matter what system you're playing, that allows you to do that. And no matter what game you pick for this, first GM month, we'll help you with knowing the important rules that you have to know for your first session.
So if I were to summarize what you're getting into, I'd say you're getting into a skill and confidence builder class. You
And a
know,
world of enjoyment.
exactly. That's literally what you're getting into. So, you know what, people, let's do it. And we're here and we're ready to go. And the last portion of the article, this week's article, was how this is all going to take place. Anthony's already told you every Tuesday and Thursday from now to January 30th. There's going to be articles, and there's going to be discussions, and they will take you through this journey step by step. We'll cover rules. They're going to cover rules and settings. We're going to talk about other elements of running the game, like, wrangling your players if they go off on a tangent, lining up times and places, even talking about snacks, because that's a very important portion of gaming. I don't know if anybody ever told you that. But if you're playing face to face, snacks are important.
That's an absolute fact. If you're gonna, which we are encouraging you to do, if you're going through the new Game Master month, the first thing you do is you're gonna pick a game to play. Since we're Cypher Unlimited, we're gonna do the step by step through Numenera, but that by no means means that that's the best game out of the four. It's the one that we have the most passion for and we're the most familiar with. So it's easier for us to explain it through Numenera. But you're more than welcome to choose any of the other three: Unknown Armies, Trail of Cthulhu, or 7th Sea. So you will pick an individual game and read the little synopsis of what the setting entails.
And real quick, let me interrupt real quick, Anthony. And to the other companies out there, Unknown Armies, Trail of Cthulhu, 7th Sea, Chaosium, and Atlas Games, you guys are more than welcome to reach out to us, or we'll reach out to you, and you're more than welcome to be on the show to talk about your stuff as well. This is by no means exclusive to Numenera and Cypher System. We're here to support growing the gaming community in general. So just let us know.
Yeah, and I could personally, Pelgrim Press, Atlas Games, Chaosium, those are all top notch gaming companies. And, you guys know how we feel about Monica Games. That goes without question.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So regardless of your choice, everything is going to be, newbie friendly. Um, but you'll be able to focus this month on broadening your horizons. We're going to talk about designing adventures from the ground up. We're going to talk about being able to take a already pre-written adventure, but you're not basically never feel like you're locked into trying to run that explicitly the way it is. And then again, that might be your style. So there's no right and wrong way. That's the truth of the matter, is what we want you to get, is that there's no right and wrong way to do this. It's just, you developing your skills and finding, your style.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there is no wrong way to game, and if anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying. Because the ultimate goal is to have fun. Whether you're the GM or whether you're a player, the ultimate goal for every game session is for everyone to have fun.
Exactly. So, and of course, like we said, you can get yourself a copy of Numenera Discovery Core book. If you want to really go to the whole mile, I would get Destiny 2. It's a great set, if you're buying the books in print. Or you can get them in PDF, and the PDFs are glorious because they're hyperlinked and it's real easy to jump around on there. Um, there's so many resources. Like I said, with Cypher Unlimited, our Discord channel, we're what, about 2,800 members strong these days.
Yep, and we're more than willing to help you get you.
Exactly.
Not only are we more than willing to help you, we created a room for new game masters. If you can't find a home group or can't find a local group, we're more than willing to help you find players, experienced players if you like. Heck, I'll jump in a game if you need a player,
Me too.
and we'll walk you step by step, and we'll make sure your first experience is a pleasurable one.
Right. So you can even play online with us. So, whether your first game is in person or online, Cypher Unlimited is here to help. Um,
The new Game Master Month also has a Facebook group, which we will provide a link below, and they will also be assisting people finding games and or players if needed.
and I'm just going to read the final blurb at the end of the first article, which you'll find on the Facebook group as well, and at the bottom of our video. But it says, throughout this program, we have expert GMs on hand to answer questions and provide general support at the new Game Master Month Facebook group, where you can add Discord to that. So basically, what they're saying is, please drop in, join the group, introduce yourself, ask any questions, as many questions as you might have, you know, and other new GMs will also be there. So it's a great place to share your experience, support one another, and just grow. And basically, we hope to see you there. So, anything else from you, Anthony?
No, just to say that we should be posting a lot more regular videos, probably at least twice a week going forward for the extension of January. We'll still, not only will we go over every article that comes up on the new GM month for the Numenera side, we will continue to do our editorials. We have a couple of pretty exciting interviews lined up, and then we have some really big news coming on later down the pipe, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And yeah, we're sorry about the 3-week hiatus, but we're back, and you're gonna get sick of our faces.
So, with that being said, everyone, you know what? We would hope that you would like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Um, if you ever have questions, any feedback for us, feel free. Come on over to Discord, come to Facebook. We don't care. You know, email us however you want to get in touch. Let us
First
know.
time gamer, new GM, veteran of 20 years. We want to hear from you. We want to play with you. We want to game with you. And be sure to, like Dean said, hit that notification bell, subscribe. It really helps us out. It helps us out a lot more than you could think of, because it makes it easier for us to get the interviews you guys like, and for people in the gaming industry when they see that our numbers are up. And also check our Twitch channel.
Right. So, with all that being said, we here to see you. We'll see you later.